Hey guys, and welcome to this openGL ES tutorial for Android. The other day I was looking on YouTube for some tutorials on openGL ES, and what I found was not much, and not much means absolutely nothing. They were either completely outdated or like not very good explained, and so I just thought, well, why not just make your own tutorial series? So yeah, here I am, and in this tutorial series we will be creating an openGL renderer, and I think we'll also create a game for it just to like give you an example on how to implement that. So yeah, let's just hop right into it. The first thing you want to do is download Android Studio. Actually, you don't have to use Android Studio for this. You can also use like Eclipse or IntelliJ, but I don't know how to set these up because they require some form of like special setup. They are like primarily meant for like desktop development and stuff. So yeah, you just go to the website of openGL Studio. That's just very easy. And if you're watching this tutorial, I'm pretty sure you know how to install an application on your computer. So yeah, you just install that and just like choose your install directory and stuff. And once you finish with that installer, it will, or if you like nearly finish with it at the end of this installer, it will ask you if you want to install AVD. This is for emulating an Android device. This can sometimes be very handy if you want to use an emulated device to run your apps on. This is like faster to install, and you don't have to like always take care of your physical device and that it is like plugged in and everything. But I will be using my physical device. You can set this up, by the way, very easily. You just have to go into your phone's developer settings. If you don't know what it is, just Google how to activate them for your phone. And search for USB debugging, just enable that. And once you connect your phone with a USB data cable to your PC, it should just pop up in here in this window, and it will automatically set everything up to run on your physical device. So yeah, I will do that because for some reason this emulator decided to just always crash when I try to use an openGL ES 3.0 application on it. I don't know why, it just immediately crashes. Yeah, if you know why that is, just write it in the comments. I would be very happy to know it. Yeah, I will just use my phone for that. And it will be, as you can see in this bottom right corner here, you will see that when it is, when I just like show you that, I will, like most of the tutorial will not be visible because you can't actually see the code when it is in front of it. So yeah, you can use an AVD if you know how to set it up for openGL 3.0, or if it like for some reason works on your computer. On mine it definitely doesn't. And yeah, the reason why we are using openGL 3.0 is actually because I have no idea why, but my phone just randomly crashes when I try to run an openGL ES 2.0 program on it. I have no idea why this is, and this doesn't make sense in any way, but yeah, it just crashes. I can do nothing against it, and yeah, that's just the reason why we do this in openGL 3.0. You could do this also in 2.0. You could follow along in 2.0, but you might have to change your code at some points because like it's not that different, but there are some differences in 3.0 and 2.0. So yeah, you just have to be careful with that. If you already know a few things about openGL, then you might be able to do that like very easily. But yeah, I would recommend just do this also in openGL 3.0. Yeah, so let's just start by creating a new project. You do this by clicking on File, New Project. If you have a completely new installation of Android Studio, you will have a list of things, and the window will obviously not show an open project. Yeah, you just click on Create New Project. You choose, you definitely don't choose No Activity, don't do that, and definitely don't choose Full Screen Activity. This is a very bad idea. This is not what you think it is. We will be making a full screen app, definitely, but we won't be using this full screen activity for that. That won't work, or at least you will have to do a lot of stuff in order to get that to work. So yeah, let's just choose this here, click Next, and name this however you want. I am gonna name this openGL tutorial tutorial 2 because I have already a tutorial. Yeah, just choose Java as your language, and this is which is the minimum SDK required for your application. Don't choose like 11 or something. That won't make your application better. It will just result in a very bad application at all, because only 1% or less than 1% of devices would be able to run it. So just choose the lowest possible, it'll be fine, and just click finish. Yeah, now you have a new project, and this may take a second to load. Okay, that went pretty quickly. Normally that takes longer, that can take like a minute or two sometimes. Just don't be worried if it doesn't load. Don't close the window and Google why your PC doesn't handle it. Yeah, it's fine if it loads just 1-2 minutes or something. So yeah, what we will be doing in this first tutorial is actually only set up our window so that we can display like OpenGL graphics, and what we will be displaying is in this tutorial only a red screen. Yeah, so the GL clear color, I will explain what this is later. Yeah, let's just go into the Android manifest.xml file. Don't be scared by this. This is like obviously not Java, but it'll be fine. We only have to add one line in here, which is users feature Android GLES version 0x and then 3 zeros, 0, 0, 0, 3, and then again 4 zeros. And Android required true. That just tells Android that we will be using OpenGL 3.0. And yeah, you have to end this line with these signs and not with a semicolon, because this is not Java. And the next thing we will be doing is we will go into this main activity. This should already be in the project. If this isn't in here, then you did something wrong by creating the project. So you didn't choose like an empty activity. You did either choose a full screen activity, like for example, or no activity if this is not in there. But this should already be created. So yeah, let's just go in here and change this to activity real quick here. Yeah, so that is, we actually have to import that too. Import it, and there won't be much code in this class. The only thing we have to do is actually throw out this line and create a private openGL view. We will be creating this class just in a second, but for now we will just leave it like that. So yeah, super on create saved instance state. You just leave this line as it is. Don't worry if you don't know what that means. It's not that important. I mean, it is important for the code, very important actually, but it's not important that you know what this is. OpenGL view equals new OpenGL view, like this. And we actually have to pass this on. This is a context, and we will be talking about what the context is exactly in future tutorials, but not in this one. Set content view, and this will be the GL view actually. So yeah, like this. This is not our GL view from up here. I mean, it's like named different, but don't make the mistake that just because it has a similar name or like very similar name, it isn't actually the same, as you can obviously see. Yeah, it's just, it's something different. It is actually Android related stuff that is going on in this thing here. Yeah, just click on this button up here, which says code, and you will see a text view. Just yeet that out of our code here real quick and say, okay, we won't do that quite yet because I want the auto completion here. So the first thing we do is create this OpenGL view class. Did I actually like write that correctly? Yeah, I did. Okay, and what we are gonna be doing in here is this will extend the GL surface view. Now what we have to do here is we will actually use a private renderer. So openGL renderer. This class doesn't exist yet. We will just write it in a second. A renderer, and we will need a function in order for this extended GL surface view to work, which is called basically it's just the constructor of the class. So OpenGL view. This will take a context, as we've seen before, and what we will be doing with that is we'll just say super dot only context, super context, and we will set the set EGL context. Why is this not working? This is not good. I am confused. Why is this not working? This should be working. Okay, it doesn't matter if we will just do that. Ah, I know why. Okay, I don't know why. Okay, that is context. Okay, now it's working. I just make like a million typos there. Yeah, just type in set EGL context client version 3. That just tells it to use OpenGL 3. And the renderer equals a new renderer. We won't actually pass anything to this renderer, and yeah, as I said, we will create that just in a second. And then we will set renderer to renderer. Yeah, and actually let's just quickly create this OpenGL renderer. And before we do that, we will go in here and say com.example project, and like, yeah, you just choose this, you choose whatever your OpenGL view class is, and just already end this. You have to type in these two signs, and I forgot those so many times, so just make sure you have those in there. And then type Android layout height match parent. That just tells this, that's kind of like a box, like we already had like text view, and like this is kind of the way Android handles any content on the screen. And this just says, yeah, make this OpenGL view like as big as possible, so as big as like the screen size in this case. Layout width also match parent, and the last thing we need in here is the Android ID, which is GL view. And this is actually the thing I was talking about when we wrote this class. This is actually the GL view I meant there. And I have no idea why this is not working. This should be like recognized. GL view. Yeah, this will work probably in just a second. I don't know. We just leave it like that for now. Just move on to the renderer. So yeah, what we will be doing in here is this will implement. It will implement the GL surface view.renderer, and this will need some methods. We will just implement all of those. And what these are is, this is actually the first thing you actually have to understand. This is these are some methods that Android calls, and this here is for when the application is started. This here is when a surface is created. This is actually not when the application is started. That's just usually when this is called. But it can actually be in some other times when like a view is created, a surface view. Or like this surface view, I don't know if you can actually have multiple of them. I don't know. This is called whenever the screen resolution changes. For example, when you rotate your phone or something, this will just rotate the screen. And the first thing we will write in here is gls30.gl viewport 0, because we don't want any offsets, and we will just say width and height. What this does is it tells OpenGL that we now have a new screen resolution that it should just adjust to it, like adjust the normalized device coordinates. Don't worry if you don't know what these are. I will explain that. And this is called whenever your screen refreshes. So in my case, that is 60 times per second. If you have a very modern phone, that might be 120 times per second or 90 times per second. Yeah, this varies from phone to phone. And what we will write in here, or actually no, let's do that later. I really wonder why this is not working. It definitely should be working. Have I like made a mistake here? Oh, yeah, I did. This needs to be an OpenGL renderer, like this. And in main activity, we still have the problem where this thing doesn't really want to be the GL surface view. Set GL, set content view, and then GL view. Okay, I think I have just like done a mistake down here. GL view. Why is this not working? Why? Oh, I think I know why. I think what is happening here is we need to set content view r dot layout dot activity main. This might be what's going on here. Yeah, so this should, I guess this should work now. So yeah, the next thing we will be doing is look at our phone screen if like anything did now. Okay, everything's fine. I just clicked on that one option here by accident. Yeah, so let's go back to our renderer. And what we're gonna type here now is gls30.gl clear color. What the clear color is, this will just set the clear color, is a color that OpenGL uses to, like, obviously clear the screen. It will just replace everything on the screen with this color. This takes an RGBA value, so we will just make this red, which means we will pass an 1, 0, 0, and 1 for the alpha channel. And down here on draw frame, we will just say gles30.gl clear. Don't be worried if you don't know what that is. And gles30.gl color buffer bit. Yeah, don't worry about those lines. I will explain this in future tutorials, but that'll go too far for this tutorial. Now we actually have this, and just run this to verify that this is working. This will just take a second to install, and we should see a red screen. And I have like a very bad feeling about this. I don't think this is gonna work. Yeah, just give that a second. We'll just wait until that is done, and I really wonder why this is not working. This really should be working. Oh, oh my god, I'm such a genius. I think I know what is wrong here. What have I done here? Oh my god, I'm such a genius. I am such a genius. Forget what I just said. You definitely need to put the openGL view in here. This is definitely necessary. So yeah, just do that, and then we will run this, and it is still installing. How long will this take? Yeah, sometimes this goes really fast, like it only takes 2 seconds, and sometimes it takes like 2 minutes. I have absolutely no idea why. And there it goes, it crashed. Yeah, just do that one more time, and this time it should be fine. Yeah, hopefully this won't take too long this time. And it's still not finished. Oh, come on, please. Finally. Hey, okay, it crashed again. Nice. Let me just fix this error, and I'll be back in a second to tell you what's wrong. Okay. For some reason this is working now. I have absolutely no idea how this works, because I actually only write this code like once, and you don't really mess with it after you wrote it once. This is like the standard setup you do for like OpenGL apps. You don't really change that from app to app, only if you have like very special like needs for your OpenGL view. And yeah, there we go. It's working now. What I did is I deleted this line which said like set content view, and then I said like r.layout, and then like, okay, layout actually, and then layout dot activity main. I just deleted this line, and there we go, it works now. You should see a red screen on your phone if you followed this tutorial along, and that's actually where this tutorial is gonna end for now. In the next tutorial, or in like the next part, I will actually try to draw a square in here, a square with a gradient on it. Actually, it will be very nice. So make sure you don't miss that, and yeah, see you in the next one. Bye.